Welcome back to Mr. JDM, and today's video we're going to work on the 89, or what year is it? I don't even remember. I think it's an 89. No, it's an 88. We're going to work on the 88 Civic Wagon. We need to work on the passenger side wire tuck, so we're going to cut the harness, pull some wires through the firewall, and that may be all we do today because I'm getting a late start. It's already like 4:30, and the wife will be home in like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I need to make dinner. I've been on vacation the past 2 weeks. It was really nice waking up every single day without a sinus headache, and today we're back at it. Wake up with a sinus headache. It really sucks. Living in Kentucky sucks balls. So it really makes me want to move down south. I mean, at one time we talked about doing it, but it's super hard. Relocating to a whole new city, all new jobs, finding a house. It's just, you know, it's scary, it's a lot of work, but you know, people do it all the time. So again, my wife and I are talking about it, but anyway, let's get started on the wagon. Alright, so as I said in previous videos, we're going to put the fuse box under the dash. So this one, but this one definitely, and these three, they all connect to the fuse box. So we need to cut them out of this harness and push them back through the firewall. So we need to strip all of that, and then we can push it through. We also need to push all of this through, the headlights and whatnot, the fans, the horn, the corner lights. So we need to push all that through as well. And that connects into the harness right there. This right here is for the fans, so that as well. But right now we're going to just focus on the main harness. And then this right here is for the battery, because the battery was relocated to the trunk and it's basically a hack job. It was done very poorly, so we need to clean that up as well. Alright, so we're going to strip this main harness right here. Because of the location of the sun, you probably won't see it very well, but we're just going to do a time lapse. Alright, so we have it all stripped back, and because the wires are intermingled with all the rest of them, I'm probably going to de-pin some of these and push them through and then pin them back once I get it all through the firewall. These three wires, they're all separated, so I'm probably able to just go ahead and push these through. I need to get to the inside of the firewall, see where everything comes out, and pull them through. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the this fender off before I go any further. Alright, so to get the fender off, normally there's some screws up top, like 3 of them, and then you probably have one right here that attaches to that, and then you'll have the 2 that are in the door. And then the next one is down here, and it looks like there should be like one down there, but I don't think it's there. Yeah, it was never attached. Alright, so we're gonna pull the wires through here and then run them across here. That's the ideal, at least. I don't know if there's an ECU down under here. I would assume so, but you never know. You need to pop this plastic piece out. Oops, you're falling over. Now we should be able to pull the carpet back. There's another little thing up underneath here that holds the carpet. And there's another piece that holds the carpet up here. But it's like a button on a pair of pants. You can just pull it off. It looks like there is an ECU in there. We need to get these bolts out for this plate. I guess they're 10 mil. Now there's a couple up top. I can't get to them with that, so let me go get my ratchet. All right, there's our ECU. You can pull that off of there. It is a PM6. This is a manual all-wheel drive Civic Wagon, so it has the SI ECU. It is ODB0 or OBD0. Has some corrosion on it, but it's probably fine. These things are sealed. Looks like our wiring comes out around here somewhere. I'm just gonna pop this off. There we go. Much better. All right, so I got these wires pulled through. It's the 3 that go to the fuse box, and then the 1 plug and the 2 plug. Those are pulled through. Those are fine. There's more than enough wire to reach, so we're good on that. All right, now we need to pull the headlight harness out, and that's going to be a little bit tricky just because there is a wire that goes to the alternator plug. I think it might just be a ground wire. I don't know what it is, but I think it's just a ground wire. So I'm gonna figure out where this goes. I believe it just goes to this ground distribution. If that's the case, then that's not a big deal. So I'm gonna track this back and we'll be right back. Okay, so this goes to the alternator, and it has a ground wire that comes all the way up to this ground, comes all the way up to, it is this wire right here. That's no big deal. I can pull that out and ground it anywhere, like over here or on the back of the engine. It's probably better to ground it to the chassis, so that's not a big deal. But then we also have this plug that goes to the distributor, and that goes to this relay, which no big deal. There's enough wires, a length of wire to put that into the under the dash, but there's also a ground that goes to this block too, which again, no big deal. We can ground this under the dash, just ground it to the chassis. This will probably be long enough that if we stick this coming out of the firewall, this should be long enough to reach the distributor and still be kind of tucked. Now I just need to figure out the rest of it. Alright, so it's the next day. I didn't get a whole lot accomplished yesterday, but I was able to like organize the wiring a little bit. This goes to the distributor and then goes into this relay, and then I pulled the ground wire from this block just to separate the two looms. And then also this one goes to the alternator, and it had a ground wire that goes there over to here. It had this ground wire that went to this distribution block as well. I pulled that, and then I taped up the wiring. I got the other distributor plug taped up and separated out. I have this wire that goes into the engine harness that has a single wire that goes over to this and then to the other distributor. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm thinking about just depinning this for the time being. That way I can get the wires all straightened out. Yeah, that's pretty much as far as I've gotten. But I did get the one wires to the fuse box pulled through. So we're getting there. Alright, now all these wires are the wires for the headlights, the marker lights, the horn, and whatnot. These need to be pulled through the boot and back into the firewall. So we're going to work on that, and we'll be back once we get it pulled through. We got all of the wires through the boot over here. It wasn't easy. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't easy. You know, I didn't want to cut the boot, so getting these big clips through was kind of a pain. I did depin all the ground wires from this thing. I kind of chewed it up a little bit, but it should work. And really all it is, this thing goes in the top of it, and all your wires connect to this. So worst case scenario, I can connect all the wires to this and then wrap it with electrical tape, but it should be fine. So now all these wires all the way up, they need to be pushed into the engine, or in through the firewall into the cabin of the car, and then we can sort them out once we get them in there. I will probably have to extend every single one of these wires, because I'm not sure if it will go through, be long enough to go through there, out this, and then along here. Not sure if it'll be long enough. It might, but I don't think it will be. So the next thing I need to do is get these wires pushed through the firewall and pull them down under the floorboard. Alright, so I got the wiring pulled through. It's this one right here. And then I got this hose pushed through the door jamb. And I'm going to tie or tape this to it and pull it through, because it's such a tight fit up underneath there. See that little hole? It's such a tight fit. I can't get my fingers to wiggle the wires up through. And I think we might have some problems with the headlight clips. But here is the hole with the tube, and I'm going to tape that and pull it through, or at least attempt to pull it through. So I'm definitely going to have to extend quite a bit of this, because nothing really reaches. This right here is as far as I can pull it out, but it's perfect though, because right here is one of the ground cables, and everything should be out of the hole. So this is a very, very good start. So after editing this video, it's like 30 minutes long. So I'm going to split it up into 2 videos. This will be part 1, and the next video will be part 2. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video.